Father's Day and my birthday were the same exact day.
Yeah, and
it kind of was a bummer.
I'm like, because I freaking turned into a marshmallow.
Find you very attractive.
Yeah, I find you very attractive too.
And there was a time where I did not.
Same. I'm curious what that would have been like if I would have kissed somebody before you.
Abby and Matt Howard sparked outrage after revealing they went to dinner on their cruise while their 1- and 2-year-old sons slept alone in their room. Abby said in an Instagram story that she and her husband were watching them sleep via FaceTime while they ate.
I do want to clear up the baby monitor situation.
Matt and Abby may be one of the most problematic couple on the internet right now. They're always going viral for all the wrong reasons, and usually it's Matt getting hated on for saying some out-of-pocket shit. He has been nominated as the worst husband on the internet, and we'll get to why in a second. However, right now they're getting a lot of backlash because Abby decided to brag about leaving their small children unattended in their room on a cruise ship while they went out to have dinner.
Matt had posted on a story, "This didn't last long. 5 minutes after this, we had to leave dinner to go get our 1-year-old from the nursery because he was sad. So then we switched our dinner time to after their bedtime and FaceTimed the monitors while we ate. Baby monitors don't work on board unless you're only like 10 feet away, and that worked out much better for everyone."
They did respond to this backlash, and we will unpack all of it.
Hey everybody, we usually would not be making a video like this.
But before we do that, I need to give you guys a little recap. Matt and Abby have accumulated millions of followers on their social media platforms over the past few years. And at first, people really seemed to like their relationship dynamic because they had this young love story. They were sort of family vloggers in the beginning of their social media career. However, they have completely shifted that and started exploiting their marriage.
I don't think we would have gotten married. And
You mean I'm not your soulmate?
I just don't believe in soulmates. Say.
So at first it was Matt sort of bragging of what a great husband he is by posting these videos of his wife having a breakdown, and he's like consoling her, or he's just being there for her. What a good golden retriever husband.
Just take a 30-minute nap, and then it's taken me 30 minutes to get out of bed after the 30-minute nap. Now it's been an hour. How am I supposed to do anything else for the rest of the day?
You can sit on the couch the rest of the day. You don't have to do anything today.
No.
You literally don't have to do...
I don't like doing that.
How about you just chill on the couch and watch a show?
No, I'm so lazy. I can't be a lazy mom. Someone messaged me and they said, "Why did your jaw change?" And I'm like, because I freaking turned into a marshmallow.
No, you look so cute.
Their most viral video is Matt taking care of Abby while she was on medication.
I just think I didn't tell her thank you.
No, it's okay. It doesn't matter.
I don't remember if I did or
I know.
not.
It's because you're on medicine, right? I did talk to the surgeon. He said everything went really well.
Did you kind of think he was...
Oh, what?
Did you kind of think he was a dick? Yeah.
Oh, yes. Here you go. I love you.
Could I have that whole bite and not keep holding it?
Oh, yes. I can give you the whole thing.
I think I'm being mean.
You're not being mean. It's okay. You're just on some medicine right now.
Matt, the white pillow, please.
Okay, right here.
You're mad at me.
I'm not mad at you.
Okay, what are you doing right there? You
Do you want me to
be
grab
right
your...
there.
Oh, I'm trying to hold the white pillow, but I'll just...
It's not gonna go anywhere, Matt.
Want me to pull this down for you or no?
Don't touch anything without
Okay.
talking to me first.
Okay. What else can we...
Yeah, do that.
Okay, anything else I can do
Please
for...
don't be upset with me.
I'm not upset.
In this video, he got so much praise for being such an attentive, supportive, and loving husband. To everyone, he just seemed like such a great husband and that they were just the perfect duo. Until they decided to start a podcast. It's called The Unplanned Podcast, and it's where they basically dish out a lot of their marital issues. It kind of feels too personal sometimes, like maybe you guys should be having this conversation with a marriage counselor.
Officially started marriage counseling.
Matt thinks he's so relatable for saying the quiet part out loud and not being afraid to share the ugly parts of marriage. But that's just not the case. I believe he's so fame hungry and will do anything for attention. His first controversy was when he bragged about cleaning the house and taking care of his child to surprise his wife when she got home from the gym, because he's not the one who usually does that stuff.
Don't be fooled by me picking up my house because I'm not typically the one that does it. And don't be fooled by me taking care of my son because most of the time my wife does that too. Abby really wanted to go to the gym tonight, so I'm on Griffin duty and I wanted to surprise her with a clean house when she got home. In our relationship, we naturally take on more traditional marital roles, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Claiming they have traditional roles, and not saying there's anything wrong with traditional roles, but that's just not the case for Matt and Abby because they both work. They are both social media influencers, and I'm gonna go as far to say that if it wasn't for Abby, he wouldn't even have this job. A traditional household means the man goes out to work all day while the wife stays home to raise the children, and she doesn't work. This man is home all day with his wife creating content, so there's nothing traditional about that. And even if this was a traditional household, since when did that absolve you from being a father? But anyway, after that, I believe Matt forced Abby to make this response video because she rarely ever does.
Some of you are projecting your personal frustrations and it shows. Now, I rarely make videos about this because it's a waste of my time, and I don't need people on the internet to tell me who I am, who my husband is, and how our relationship is. We both take work tasks and we both take household tasks, but I do tend to take on more of the cleaning and taking care of our baby. That's what I enjoy and what I'm good at. Heaven forbid I'm a woman in 2022 that actually enjoys those tasks. My husband is pretty much responsible for the bulk of the business tasks, financial responsibilities, cars, insurance.
She just seems so overly defensive in this, but the one thing I want you guys to remember is how she says Matt takes care of paying the bills.
Apparently our water got shut off because we haven't paid our bill in 7 months.
What are you doing?
Dude, I thought it was on auto pay. I thought for sure.
You have to set up auto pay for it to be on auto pay.
I was pretty sure that I set it up on auto pay and it just didn't work.
No, Matt, you haven't made a single payment. There's no way that you set up auto pay. You've not paid ever. You've never paid.
How much was it for?
You know what? I really just thought recently, I was like, man, how nice is it that I have a husband? I don't have to do anything. Like, I don't have to worry about bills. No, I do.
Hey, this
Why
one?
am I sitting back relaxing? We have not paid for water.
Yeah, so he forgot to pay the water bill for 7 months. But if that doesn't boggle the mind yet, this one is really gonna grind your gears.
We've decided as a family that we are not celebrating Father's Day this year.
Father's Day, it's always in June, and it's like
Last
always
year
around.
was June 18th, which is Matt's birthday. So
Yes.
he had Father's Day and his birthday on the same day. And
So sad.
I will say I did kind of combine the holidays.
You did combine the two of them.
Oh no, how could you, Abby?
We
Close.
just gotten back from our baby moon that
Yeah.
day. I got you a cake from DQ.
I guess we had
and
just
had
gotten
our
home.
family over and grilled.
Well, I grilled, but I know a lot of dads grill on their birthday.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had
And
Father's
I grew
Day.
your child
You did grow my child.
all day, every day.
But like Father's Day and my birthday were the same exact day.
Yeah, and I
it kind of was a bummer.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I failed you.
I truly believe that he put that in her mind. They had a conversation where he was like, "Oh, you really failed me this year. I deserve so much more for my birthday." And she was like, "I'm sorry, honey. Yeah, you're right. We'll have a better one next year."
I'm gonna be honest with you, I failed you. I'm
Hey,
so sorry.
but you know what? This year, we're boycotting Father's Day for the month of June and celebrating it 3 months after my birthday.
I mean, just look at the body language. It's giving they fought about this before, and he definitely gave her a hard time for it. That's why she's overly explaining herself. This man-child behavior, it's gotta go. But ironically, he has a huge issue combining his birthday with Father's Day, but had no problem taking up a sponsored trip to combine their anniversary with his birthday.
Tonight, my wife and I are having a romantic dinner to celebrate my 26th birthday and our 5th wedding anniversary. Instead of getting each other gifts for like anniversaries and birthdays, we end up just going on trips.
In my opinion, Matt just acts like a toddler, and Abby is doing this gentle parenting thing where she always makes sure that he can express these big feelings because those feelings really matter. Now get ready for the most out-of-pocket shit I've ever heard a husband say to his wife.
Can I be honest with you for a second? You know how I was like really quiet the first day after the birth?
Yeah.
I think like, look, I don't get like emotional like you, but I think that was like my version of baby blues in a way.
Yeah.
Which I feel like I still don't quite understand what the term baby blues means, but I think I was.
You'll never understand.
He tries to compare his version of baby blues so horribly and makes it about his career.
But I think I was having this like realization moment of, okay, like my life just changed big time. And for a little bit, I was like, wow, like all my career goals have to go to the wayside. And I just kind of I was kind of frustrated a little bit.
I could tell.
And I just kind of shut down and didn't say anything. Like
Yeah.
I was just like quiet.
Yeah, that was hard for me.
He gave her the silent treatment for days after giving birth because in his mind,
Because I wasn't going to like talk to you about it because I didn't want to like bring you down. But then by me not saying anything, I think that brought you down.
Well, you were bringing me down because you weren't talking to me.
It felt like I was doing like everything for Augie. And so I'm like, here I am, like I I have all these like big goals and big dreams and I have to put them to the wayside, and I'm stuck here, and I was kind of mad.
He's probably like, F this kid, he's about to lose my career opportunities. Man, I was gonna be a singer. Yeah, he actually wants to be a singer.
Send this to your ex that won't stop texting you.
Why are you so out of pocket?
Your experience is extremely valid. You have to go through a transition too.
See, there she goes. Your feelings are valid. I'm gonna hold your hand when I tell you this. You're gonna stop mothering this man.
It was just hard because I was having such high needs at that point that weren't getting met.
And that just lasted for like a day.
It lasted like 2 days.
You think it lasted 2 days?
For sure.
Did it last into the second day?
I'm gonna be the first to call BS. I think it lasted way longer, probably for several days. I think Abby's just trying to cover for him because he's clearly selfish and unempathetic to her needs, and he's making it all about him.
In that moment,
the moment felt earth-shattering.
Well, because I think when you have a new kid coming into the world, that time right then is the most intense
it will ever be.
It will ever be.
It
continues to get easier.
Reality isn't even reality at that point.
I'm gonna have to disagree. This is coming from a mother of 4, and that moment after giving birth was probably one of the most blissful, most accomplished feeling you'll get, and everything after that does get a little rocky as you figure out how to raise this baby that you just gave birth to.
Once we got from the hospital, it was a whole different ballgame, and we actually hit, I think, the lowest point of our entire marriage.
Okay, are we going to talk about that on here?
Not in detail, but
okay.
I feel like it's good for other people to know that,
okay.
like, trust me, like, for the sake of our marriage, we're not going to, like, you know, hash out details of, like, the ugly parts of it. But I want you to know that, like, if you're looking at us and thinking, like, man, I just wish, like, I could be just like Matt and Abby because they are a fairy tale. Like, they have everything. It's like, no, you guys. Like, it was ugly.
Yeah.
I believe Abby wants to say so much about how he treated her so horribly during that very vulnerable time, but she's holding back majorly.
Why do people say newborn bliss or newborn bubble or things like that? It wasn't bliss.
Because your toxic relationship is not normal.
I felt really alone the past few days at times.
You should not be feeling alone during that time. You have a husband. You're not a single mom. But if that wasn't bad enough, there's also this.
Matt is really interested in kissing other women. Honestly, this is something I've been thinking too. I'm like, the more that Matt has gotten older and only kissed me, the more curious you've gotten about it.
I'm curious what that would have been like if I would have kissed somebody before you. Have you not thought about that?
James.
What? No, I guess I have the curious thought of like back in the day, what would have that been like?
Oh, well, that's fine, but like currently interested.
I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say no means he low-key definitely wants to. Then there's this viral clip that shows how much they probably secretly hate each other, because I believe that you should never admit that in a marriage, especially to the public.
I find you very attractive.
Yeah, I find you very attractive too.
And there was a time where I did not.
Same.
Isn't that so funny how our brain can do that though?
Yes.
This one personally infuriates me to the core. Matt puts out this narrative that if you get a C-section, then you're cheating birth because you didn't do the hard work.
You feel skin.
I just want to thank not only God but Jesus.
They literally just ripped your abs open.
Hard drugs.
You just lost 8 pounds, 14 ounces in a matter of minutes. Do you feel like you cheated?
I feel like I did cheat, but I don't think we should say that on the internet.
If my husband asked me if I felt like I cheated birth after he just watched me be cut open, it would scar me for life and I would never forget it. It seems like Matt loves robbing Abby of her birth experiences, which should be a beautiful, compassionate moment. And now it's been tainted by his idiotic behavior because he found a way to make it about himself. And he goes on to repeat it again and again as if he's saying something so profound.
It felt like we cheated birth.
It was crazy.
So with this one, it felt like we cheated because we just like walked into the hospital, walked into this room, boom, you're open and here's our kid. It was just like so quick.
Who's we, Matt? Last time I checked, men can't give birth. But it gets worse because then he says this to his wife, the one that brought his children into this world. The audacity.
Does it feel different down there after birth?
Yeah, actually. I feel like it goes back, but it doesn't go back to exactly how it was
we
before.
Talked about this the other day, and I was kind of surprised to hear you say that because you never told me until I asked you.
I always heard, oh, it goes back to normal, but it doesn't go back to exactly the way it was before.
Maybe I shouldn't go into too much detail.
We can say whatever.
You still like it after?
I still like it, of course.
You like it as much?
I would say so.
I would say so. is the same as I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say no.
Even if that was true, why would you admit that? It's really not helpful to anyone. It's another humiliation ritual that will live on the internet forever. And when those kids grow up, they're gonna find this stuff. But now let's get to the recent drama that has been blowing up, and their response will actually shock you. They tried so hard to do damage control, but I think it's a little too late. So recently they just went on a cruise with their family and kids. Mind you, their children are 1 and 2 years old, and they thought it was cute and relatable to post on Instagram how they left their kids sleeping in the rooms and FaceTiming 2 baby monitors as they went out to eat dinner.
Matt Howard and Abby Howard are speaking out after coming under fire for leaving their toddlers in their cruise ship cabin. Matt and Abby recently documented their time on a family cruise with their sons, 2-year-old Griffin and 1-year-old August. But they came under fire when Abby revealed in a since-expired Instagram story that they left their sons in their room while they went to dinner. Now they're clarifying what really went down in a video shared on TikTok on September 16th.
As you can imagine, this sparked so much outrage and everyone was so worried about the kids' safety, considering how dangerous cruise ships can be. People were comparing the situation to the Madeline McCann case, the little girl that got kidnapped from her room while her parents were out getting dinner. And then after a few days, they finally came out with a statement, which I personally believe is complete BS.
Hey everybody, we usually would not be making a video like this, but there is information circulating about us that is completely untrue. So we just wanted to set the record straight, clear the air, because we take our role as parents extremely seriously. And we love our children more than anything in the entire world. And we're very protective of our kids. So we just got back from a 7-night cruise with Abby's extended family. Where this whole controversy started, I guess, is a few days ago, Abby posted on her Instagram story that we were at dinner FaceTiming the baby monitors while our children were asleep in their staterooms. And people started to speculate and believe that we had left our children alone in their staterooms, and that is just completely untrue because we had someone with our children at all times on this boat, period.
I can see where my story did lead to misunderstanding, which is why I ended up deleting it several hours after posting it, is because I could see that it was causing concern.
They claim someone was in the room with the kids the whole time, but if that was the case, why would you need to be FaceTiming the baby monitors? If someone's there, they could be watching the baby monitors or give you a call if something goes wrong. Like, the math is just not mathing for me there.
Misunderstanding. And I do want to say thank you so much to those of you that were concerned about the safety and well-being of our children as their parents. That is our first and foremost main concern. But to know that other people share those same concerns for our precious boys, it really means a lot. So thank you. But I do want to clarify that we have not, would not, will not ever leave our children unattended. We just love to have eyes on them. We're always concerned about them. And so that's why even when we would, you know, tag team and take turns at family dinner, we would turn on FaceTime so we could also have eyes on them as their parents if we weren't the ones, you know, attending them in that moment.
I just believe they got caught for being irresponsible parents. Their body language says it all. This is just another example of how out of touch these influencers can really get. They thought they were sharing a fun life hack or parenting tip, and once they didn't get the response they wanted, they're doubling down and lying to the internet.
It's not just that they did this and then they posted about having done it as if it was like they were so smart because it was some kind of like parenting hack. It's that this was the plan. They packed the monitors because this was the plan. I have 2 kids. We've had video monitors. You know, we don't anymore because they're too old. But when they were babies, we had those, of course. But I never needed to travel with them. You know why? We would stay in the same room.
I think that Matt and Abby might have orchestrated this entire thing. After watching the video, they just posted clarifying that someone was actually in the room with the kids at all times. If that was actually the truth, what other reason would they have to let this go so far? The only 2 options are you did it for the likes and the clicks and the views, or you needed the extra time to figure out your story. CPS was being thrown around. Marital and McCann was brought up. And like the thesis of your response was, thank you so much for like all of your real concern for my child. I really appreciate it. I know it was coming from like a real place. Like, if you felt that way, why not calm, you know, their nerves earlier? Why wait so long to clarify? Things simply aren't adding up, in my humble opinion. If people were threatening to call animal control and take my pets away, you bet I'd be making some clarifications rather quickly. My literal children? I don't know. This could have been over like an hour after it started if she had just posted that clarification immediately when she took down that video. I need receipts, I need timelines, I need evidence.
This is how I think the conversation went between Matt and Abby right before they left their kids on the cruise by themselves so they could go get dinner. Babe, I'm hungry. Me too. You want to go to that restaurant we saw earlier today? Oh my God, yes. But the kids are sleeping. What should we do? What do you mean? We'll do what we always do. You're right.
I'm just glad that those kids are safe, and I know that this will definitely change the way Abby chooses to create content moving forward. And as for Matt, I think he's just a POS and needs to go kick rocks. I mean, seriously, but I want to know your thoughts in the comments below. That's gonna do it for me for this video, and I'm gonna go hang out with my kids now.